Now, high school. You were obviously still here in Glendale. I'm going to guess you went to Glendale High School.
Glendale High School, yes, I did. In fact, with the Clarence Pendergast, you know, he's well known in the city.
Another old Glendale
You know,
name.
we were in the same class. You know, as I said earlier, there were some lot of families of Japanese descent. One of them was the Tanitas, and we became very good friends, Sus Tanita and I, and we went through high school together.
Yeah. Yes. What did you do in high school? Did you do any activities?
Well, yes, I played. I wasn't big enough or strong enough to play football.
Okay.
I was too light. I think I weighed 95 pounds when I was a freshman. But I was, I think in my sophomore year, I was able to make the junior varsity basketball team.
Basketball, excellent.
So I got to do that. And some of my teachers I remember were Mrs. Trueblood. She was my algebra.
If you've been here a while, that's another old Glendale name.
Exactly, dentists and doctors. And Mrs. Trueblood was my algebra and geometry teacher. There was Mr. Bob Crouch. He was the football coach, and also had a business class that I took. And so, yeah, we had some very good teachers in high school.
That's great. They've made such an impression on you.
And there was one thing that happened that I will share with you in the very early 40s when there were gangs, especially in LA.
Yeah.
They were called the Pachucos. That's the name of it, but they were gang members.
Yeah, yeah.
And they adopted a code of dress that was, you know, affiliated with them. Baggy pants, narrow bottoms, long jackets.
Yeah.
And so some of us got to take, at least with the pants, what we, you know, they were expensive, but I bought a pair of pants like that as some of my friends, but the school banned them.
Sure.
You could not wear them, but one day we decided we were going to wear them anyway.
You were a rebel.
And we did, and we got home.
You got sent home.
Very promptly. But that's
we're learning all these things about you. We've got the paddling, but good speller, ping pong, and then you got sent home from high school.
Yeah.
Hi. So outside of high school, growing up here in Glendale during that era, probably like in the late 40s, when you're a teenager and stuff, what did you do for recreation? What did you and your brothers and friends do? It's not like Glendale now where there's so much activity.
Well, very early on, with the very young, when I was, say, in about 10, 11, we had our swimming hole was there at 51st Avenue and Glendale Avenue.
51st in Glendale. Okay, not too far from your home.
The southwest corner there.
Yeah.
There's a service station there, gas station there.
Yeah.
Well, we had laterals back then. The canals.
Yes.
Because of, you know, we were the agricultural area, and so those laterals were used for you know, watering the crops, irrigating the crops.
Right.
And so 51st Avenue was lateral 17, 59th was 18, and on down the line. So that was our one of our playgrounds, really, recreational areas was swimming there. Unfortunately, at that time, even though there was a city pool, we were not allowed to use that pool. Because
you were Hispanic?
Yes.
Oh, that's sad.
That was one of the,
That's sad, yeah. But it's a reality, too.
Yeah,
it's kind of how life was.
Exactly.
Yeah. What about downtown Glendale at that time? Murphy Park, the library that we're also familiar with, the place where, you know, hundreds of thousands come every year for our festivals. Yeah. What did it look like back then?
Well, the park is, you know, except that the trees are much taller and the landscaping is different. To me, that was one of our playgrounds also. And there was a stage that was built, the wooden structure that was built for the city had events, and the kind of events now we have the amphitheater, but they had a wooden stage. And that was used also by, since we had a lot of, even back then, probably maybe a third of the population was Hispanic because a lot of people had immigrated from Mexico.
Right.
And they would celebrate the Declaration of Independence on the 15th of September, which, by the way, is right around the corner.
Right.
And that was celebrated for years and years. And
in that area?
At the park.
In the park there?
At the park. And there would be speeches, there were all kinds of food vendors, mariachis, games for kids. But then, of course, the rest of the year, that was also one of our playgrounds, and we used, and we would use that structure for running around and jumping off
Right.
and
There were
and doing that.
stores. There were stores. Your
Oh, and
mom
there's-
probably shopped there.
The stores, right on the corner is the, I guess it's the northeast corner. No, the northwest corner right now. There's that Subs sandwich shop on Glendale Avenue and 58th Avenue.
Yeah, the Subway.
The Subway?
The Subway that's there now. Yeah.
There was an Everybody drugstore there.
Okay. Did it have a
And-
soda fountain?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. 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 And I spent a lot of time in there. And if you would go north across on 58th Avenue,
Right.
where the Kathy's Corner was, they closed here
Yes,
recently,
yes,
the
yeah.
Egglestons.
Yeah.
Right now, right there was the Upton's Ice Cream Parlor. And then
Okay.
going north next to it was Filer's Bakery. Then there was an El Rey Theater. Then there was, at that time, was a Glendale News, and now it's now a Glendale Star.
Okay.
I think it was
But it's
located
in a different location. Yeah.
And then there was some doctor's offices and a vacant
Yeah.
lot, and then something else. And on the south side of Glendale Avenue, and directly across from where the Sub Sandwich store is now.
Yes.
And I think there's a shoe store there now, and the pizza that's.
Oh, it used to be Miller's Shoes,
Okay.
and now it's a comic book store. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right there used to be Leonard's Valenzuela's El Paso clothing store.
Oh, a clothing store. Yeah.
Growing up, that's when I got to the time where I was using, buying clothes.
Yeah.
That was the store where we went to.
The store. Love that.
And we had coming west, we had the clothing store. Then there was a sandwich shop. Then there was a Curry's women's clothing.
Yeah.
Then there was a bar, and then there was a Ray's barber shop. I shined shoes at the barber
Did
shop.
you? Yeah.
And that was really very helpful to
That's great.
to
You're,
us.
you're literally like going all the way down the street. You can
Exactly.
remember everything. Yeah.
And then there was the J.C. Penney's and a
I
little
remember the
grocery
JCPenney's,
store. And then on the east side, of where now City Hall sits,
Yeah.
well, 58th Drive used to go all the way across to Grand
Oh.
Avenue. And so where 58th, where City Hall sits now, there
Yes.
used to be an O'Stapley.
Okay.
There used to be an O'Stapley, a small city hall, the judge's chambers,
Yeah.
and a jail in the back. There used to be a pool hall and a pay and take at the little grocery store.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
right in there with,
Yeah. Well, such wonderful memories.
Yeah.
So after high school, you graduated from Glendale High School in 1948, correct?
46.
46, in 1946. And you've worked in government for pretty much your entire life, but you also served in the military.
Yes.
Which branch was it?
The U.S. Army.
And what did you do for that and how long?
Well, I was drafted in 1950.
Okay.
No, 1950 during the Korean War.
Okay.
And I served in Japan and Korea. And I was a draftee, so I wound up with the 45th Infantry Division, which is the National Guard from the state of Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
And did my training in Camp Oak, Louisiana.
All right. We've got to go to a break, but when we come back, we're just going to pick up from there, and we're going to just talk a little bit about how marriage and kids and where you started your career, and then we're just going to finish this
Okay.
out. This is very enjoyable. All right. Stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.